as we have spawning in the upper left in the blue it is MARU, and his opponent spawning in the lower right in the red it is Hero. Now these games have been played on the DreamHack tournament in Valencia. It's a very similar, just like the finals from the GSL. Of course you can see the finals from the GSL on the Africa TV studio channel on YouTube. But yeah, let's see exactly what they are doing here. It's a best of 3, not a best of 7, just like in the finals over there. And yet still is one of the best matches we have to offer in between Terran and Protoss. Let's have a look what exactly they are preparing, what exactly the build order is going to be. This hero is nicely placing his buildings here next to his mineral line, protecting, wishing of course to protect those workers against any harassment. We can see the close gateway, the close pylon, even gas has been made. Let's check. MARU is actually going for a double gas build order. Barracks is also here, and we also see a very early scouting probe. Hero really wishing to know what exactly the tactic is going to be here for MARU. So MARU might try something out of the ordinary with these double gas chambers. Look, is he going to perhaps into mass reavers? We've also seen Gumiho going for mass marauders, actually 2 marauders versus a Protoss. It could be really deadly, it could be really strong with those concussive shells. And yeah, this is exactly why Hero is just staying around with his pro, being annoying, hurting those SCV, almost killing here 2 SCVs. They're dropping really low, perhaps they need to be repaired. But yeah, MARU of course on point with his micro, as the walling is going to be pretty much completed really soon. And that Reaper should of course take care of this probe, as 1 SCV getting now finally repaired by MARU. The probe is pretty much trapped, and finally the Reaper takes care of it. And Hero with a very fast expansion, also having gas up. There is actually double gas for him as well, as he's chrono boosting out on the depths, and at the same time nicely hiding his Stargate in the back. So we might see some early harassment with some Phoenixes. We might see actually some Oracles really strong against the Terran, just to snipe those workers. And yep, nice job here by the probe, actually hurting 3 SCVs, so this would be a little bit better for the Oracle to come in and snipe them much faster, not that much energy needed. And yeah, let's have a look. MARU already having his factory out, going for a starport and also a expansion. So let's see if this Reaper could make something happen. 1 kill onto that probe. Is he perhaps going to try to snap some of those workers here? But we're of course anticipating an attack, moves patrols here with his adepts, as he's going to pretty much hold this Reaper at bay. He might even kill it here, so nicely done by Hero, and good micro by MARU, but at the same time that adept was much faster. And we see actually Hero going for Phoenixes, so interesting build order for him. Phoenixes early on, actually even chrono boosting another one out, so he wishes of course to be really strong here against those SCV. He might try to pull them up and then just snipe them. Let's see if this is going to work out. Some Marines are in the back, of course, just 4 of them. Let's see what exactly the plans are from Hero. We also have a nice mine, actually 2 mines and a great connection out of 1 mine. So MARU playing it really defensively, expecting of course an attack by Oracles, but it is Phoenixes for Hero, as he's retreating now with his 1 Phoenix, and 2 more Phoenixes are joining the army. Is actually pretty much massing those Phoenixes out. And let's have a look what exactly his plans are. Of course, Phoenix is really strong against the Terran, especially you can use them just to snipe those medivacs, and we know how much Terrans really need to rely on their medivacs, especially to harass the opponent. Let's have a look if these adepts could make something happen here. MARU not paying attention, but perhaps he wanted those adepts in, but no, it's just leaving the door open. Let's have a look. 1 SCV falling really low. I believe 1 SCV might have gotten sniped. Hero of course tries to be as abusive as much as possible, scouting here the area with his adepts. Let's have a look at his home. So many Phoenixes here, 5 of them. And what else is he going for? Still more Phoenixes. Massive amount of gas for him. And yeah, MARU goes for an engineering bay, builds a bunker. So like I told you, really defensive gameplay for MARU, as he's uplifting here his starport. And yeah, even if he adds those medivacs, will be he really has to be careful with them, as he's adding a Raven now just to have vision in case some Dark Templars are coming in. But yeah, those Medivacs pretty much under threat out of those Phoenixes, so Hero showing us an interesting strategy. I haven't casted so many games out of Protosses using massive amounts of Phoenixes, 6 of them, and right now I believe he might transition into some gateway units. Yes, indeed, he's going for a forge. He might try to go for some upgrades for those ground units, for those cells, for those stalkers perhaps. Still more and more Phoenixes are being made, and we even have a robotics facility bay, so interesting strategy here by Hero, as the first Marines will be able to snipe those adepts, as Hero is not paying attention. I believe Steam will be finished really soon, a very late upgrade, and Weapons 1 and Armor is also being done. Weapons 1 for Hero as well. We have a robotics bay. We see the first Immortal going out. He might go for some Colossuses, as they're really strong against the Terran infantry. Now currently both players really respecting each other. Let's have a look if those Phoenixes somehow with full energy. I guess this is what Hero waited, just to have full energy, and moves here forward. He's going to perhaps try to snap that one Raven, but the Raven nicely defending itself with auto turrets, so some Phoenixes have fallen. As yeah, MARU really nice onto his defense. Let's have a look at his next steps. 2 more SCV have fallen, but MARU reacting with a turret, so Hero has to retreat. Yeah, those Marines and the Raven really nicely defending the location, as now MARU feels actually really confident, but of course he can't uplift those units into that Medivac. He really has to move his infantry with his Medivacs, as those Phoenixes are still pretty much alive, and he's going for a full-on attack. Hero reacts with some cannons, with some shield batteries. This is pretty much under threat. The Phoenixes are coming in, but there's just so much infantry here for MARU. MARU also having really many mines, and yes, some mines have been picked up. Let's just see where exactly he's going to drop them. Colossus is out, so the Colossus perfect counter against this, and yeah, the mines will be spread around the map. MARU takes control of the middle of the map, not going to allow any move out by Hero, but he's also retreating a little bit, as Marauders now join the army from MARU, and MARU was now having a good position for those mines, as if some Phoenixes would work past here through, they will just get so much splash damage, and this could be a really lucky shot for MARU. Those Phoenixes still on patrol, still waiting of course for those Medivacs, but yeah, no such thing out of MARU yet. Yes, yeah, he's just once again inviting Hero to do the first attack, and yeah, Hero is just going to stay back, just going to expand. The same can be said for MARU, as he's also taking this expansion. Worker wise, we have 62 workers for Hero and 56 for MARU, where both players pretty much respecting each other. Let's see if those Phoenixes somehow will be so unlucky to fly over those mines, as some observers should also be in the air for Hero. We see Hero take another expansion. MARU also preparing his next location to expand, and we also have that Ghost Academy. Of course, the Ghost Academy really much needed late on after the 10-minute mark, especially due to those EMP shockwaves. So the EMP really strong against any Protoss, of course, just taking down those shields, really much needed unit, and of course also to cause panic towards the bases from the Protoss with that atomic bomb launch. So yeah, let's see when exactly Hero is going to get attacked. MARU still roaming around, still showing his presence. Hero still on the defense, some long distance mining going on, and yeah, of course MARU also expanding while being in the middle of the map. He decides to take time to expand, and slowly but steadily we're taking on the 10-minute mark here. Still both players just roaming around, just preparing their economic game. Of course MARU tries to lure those Phoenixes into those mines. Here they are. This could be a lucky shot, but no. Hero nicely moving out, and there are no observers, or at least I don't see an observer, as Hero is now finally moving forward with his Phoenixes. He might pick up some units here, but I guess he's just showing his presence, just forcing MARU back to defend, sniping an SCV left or right, and yeah, in the end he just takes out a couple of SCVs, but the main goal from him of course is to force MARU to stay back with his infantry, not to attack, and at the same time of course he's expanding, so up here by Hero and MARU has to retreat a little bit. He has some Vikings in the air, so of course the Vikings just to counter those Phoenixes, pretty much full energy Phoenixes. And once again Hero on the same patrol move, tries to move out, tries to snipe perhaps some units, but he needs to be careful against those mines. At the same time he's regrouping with his ground forces, with his zealots, with his archons. Only one Colossus. Let's have a look if this is going to work out. I don't see an observer for him yet. Some nice illusions going out, and more Colossus have joined the army, as we might see a strong engagement here into the left part of the map. Some disruptors also much needed. If a good disruptor shot will be casted, or so many marines will fall, so MARU needs to be careful of course with his micro, as Hero looking like he's pretty much going to commit, but at the same time he's eating now a orange looking like spell. Seems to be a spell against the armor from the Protoss, an anti-armor spell being casted by that Raven, making those units look much orange. As we have an orange Archon now, actually 2 orange Archons, and some Colossus also eating some oranges here, as the Hero really has to retreat now and give respect towards the defense from MARU. And the MARU just adding yet another command center. We see the Zealots also nicely moving out. No War Prism yet for Hero, pretty much staying onto his ground army. And Zealots will be of course killed here. But yeah, let's see what exactly the plans from Hero and the plans from MARU are. Still very heavily infantry. We see some snipers, not that many, just 3 of them. Still the EMP will be really strong for MARU against Hero. And yeah, let's have a look at the next steps. Still the infantry is being spreaded. Hero decides to stay back on the defense, expanding once again. He has 77 workers versus the 67. Like I told you, both of them really pretty much giving respect towards each other, as some zealots will be sniped of course. But yes, you look at the minimap, none of them two really wishing to engage strongly. MARU of course fears those phoenixes at home from Hero, so still leaves his infantry with his medivacs. Perhaps he's just going to come here forward just to snipe one unit or other. And yeah, just showing here his presence, as he's going to try to force of course Hero to move out. But yeah, Hero pretty much on hold position, as we have a regroup going on by MARU in the middle of the map. We see lots and lots of marines, many more snipers now with lots of energy. And yeah, there goes that EMP, and immediately one Phoenix gets shut down. See an Oracle as well, but yeah, that infantry looking really scary, as I believe MARU is going to take on the 6 o'clock position by Hero. Hero of course staying on the high ground, gives his Colossi there, has some Phoenixes, and still has vision against the infantry. As yeah, both players are pretty much maxed out now, so let's have a look. Perhaps everything is going to go down onto a very big fight. We're going to see what exactly is going to happen. Is one mine might get snapped here by Hero. Blink is of course done, as Hero spread his units. We see those zealots moving forward, going straight towards this location. And yeah, let's see if those CVs will be very likely the next target out of those zealots. So Hero doing a really nice job, causing some panic here. At the same time another move out with some stalkers, so MARU pretty much once again on the defense. Great EMPs once again used defensively, so yeah, Hero pretty much fighting here back and forward. The same can be said of course with MARU, as he adds some 2 liberators into his army. So yeah, multiple fights going on onto the map, as yeah, I believe those stalkers could even be sacrificed with those zealots. And yeah, let's have a look. Another SCV is going to get sniped. The expansion might get sniped here as well. Zero does a nice job. He forces MARU to perhaps spread his army. He's moving along, but in the end his phoenixes have fallen now. So yeah, MARU might now feel much more confident to move out with his infantry into the medivacs. We might see some drops, as the phoenixes pretty much have disappeared. But hold on, now we see a transition by Hero into Tempest. We might see massive amounts of Tempest with range. Could be very good against those snipers and against the Vikings as well. Yeah, let's see when exactly a big fight is going to happen, and still both of them are pretty much expanding all over the map. We are slowly but steadily closing at the 15-minute mark. Yeah, Hero really taking so many expansions here, but MARU very close by. He might try to snipe this expansion here with his infantry, with his ghosts. We might even see a nuclear launch. So let's have a look. The cannons are about to get finished, but no, they have to be cancelled. As MARU with a nice timing push going to take out this base pretty easily, so causing some economic damage here towards his enemy, towards Hero. Hero also adding more and more Tempests, already 4 Tempests, not deciding to go into carriers. And look at that, he is also known for his Psionic Storm, 6 High Templars here being used by him. Psionic Storm of course really great against the infantry, as of course you can morph the High Templars into Archons later on. Archons are also really strong, but against those snipers, I don't know, they really heavily into that shield. And yeah, let's have a look what exactly is going to happen. Our MARU still tries to take out some of those buildings. A nuclear launch has been detected, but in the end the Colossi have taken care of that. MARU is pretty much being pushed back. At the same time, MARU once again moves out with his second army, stims up as he's moving forward towards those cannons. The shield batteries are healing up, but there's so much EMP being caused once again by MARU, going to snipe so many cannons, so many pylons. Even some zealots will fall. At the same time, he has another task force being prepared here. So yeah, in the end he's going to get chased away by Hero, but Hero having to multitask all over the place. Tempest finally will get some connections, and yeah, MARU is being forced back. Great range out of those Tempests and the Colossi as well, as yeah, the Terran army pretty much has to retreat, has to regroup. Now I believe it's time for Hero to attack perhaps one of the expansion points. Some snipers could be attacked here, and yeah, Hero looking really strong. He has so many High Templars here with Psionic Storm. MARU has to be careful. Those storms will be really deadly, as turret after turret is going to fall here, but those EMPs are just great. However, the High Templar storms as well, really strong. Both players are hurting themselves, each other really nicely with those storms, with those EMPs. And yes, still MARU waits for those medivacs to heal himself up. Once again, a great EMP. Hero is going to attack as well with his Tempest, with his range, as the reinforcements are coming in for Hero really nicely. And the army was pretty much the same army, 127 versus 111. And as another expansion is about to get killed, but we have a nuke, so Hero needs to be really careful not to engage into that nuke. So the same can be said here for MARU. He might eat his own nuclear launch. He has been known once for nuking himself, but of course it happens. Everyone does mistake as the nuke is finally landed, but yeah, MARU this time not deciding to nuke himself out of the game. Okay, let's see how this game is going to continue, as Hero once again dealing so much damage with those Tempests, nicely kiting them back and forth, not having so much energy out of those High Tempests, but I believe he went into some Archons. So yeah, still Hero in a nice position. MARU is luring him forward with his infantry. He's just on hold position, but he's just losing unit after unit. And here we go, we have a nice stim, but in comes MARU from left, from right, from down, so from south, everywhere. And yeah, so much damage is being taken here by Hero as he keeps losing unit after unit, and the position is really good. But hold on, we have a great comeback with some zealots. However, the EMPs once again by MARU straight on point against Hero. And yeah, that surround was just amazing by MARU. He just lured Hero into a trap. He attacked from left, from right, and from above. And yeah, from everywhere actually. So Hero losing so much here of his army. Look at that, Hero dropping to 37 supply. This could even be the winning blow here out of MARU against Hero. So he abused this ledge, really, his position really nicely, attacking from left and right and from everywhere. Just pretty much such a hard fight for Hero to take, as he just was completely out micro that he couldn't possibly micro out of that fight. So in the end the Tempests were of course not that mobile, and yeah, let's see, the disruptor shots however can still keep him into this game. Still has some Tempests, he has some Void Race, he has some Archons, some Stalkers, but another EMP just massing out against all of those units. And yes, so much damage is going to be taken. The reinforcements are here for MARU, and by the looks of it, this could be the game-winning move by him indeed. Just a carrier and a Tempest being left alive, and the other infantry from MARU is still intact. It's going to take this game number 1 almost 20 minutes, so such a nice trap by MARU, deciding to lure Hero into a trap, and trap has fallen. Yeah, I mean, Hero has fallen into that trap really, really nicely. So congratulations for MARU.